Welcome to our explainer of the absolutely high-octane start to the 2025 Moto2 World Championship. If you thought you knew what to expect from the season opener at the Cheng International Circuit in Thailand, yeah, think again. We're talking scorched tarmac, completely shuttered strategies, and a race that literally turned into a pure sprint for survival. It's the kickoff to the longest season yet, and man, it delivered maximum drama right out of the gate. Let's dive in and see exactly how this opening round unfolded.
Now, to really grasp what happened this weekend, we've got to start with one staggering number, 50. That is 50 degrees Celsius on the track. You see, the FIM calendar made a huge shift for 2025, moving the Thai Grand Prix from its usual autumn slot right into the brutal tropical heat of early March. Ambient air temps were pushing almost 40 degrees, which baked the tarmac well over 50. This wasn't just your standard race. It was an extreme test of human endurance and machine management. The thermal load on both the riders and their bikes was pushed to the absolute limit, way before the lights even went out.
Section 1. Scorching, opener, and qualifying. Let's get right into it. So with those 50-degree track temps, grip was, as you'd guess, incredibly low. The whole field was heavily relying on Pirelli's soft compounds. We're talking the SC1 front and the SC0 rear. That meant the real battle out there was managing soaring tire pressures while in the slipstream. And honestly, navigating that thermal tightrope better than anyone else was Manuel Gonzalez. Riding the Liqui-Moly Dynavolt Intact GP Calyx, Gonzalez was just on another level. Despite the huge risks of thermal degradation on those soft tires, he absolutely crushed it, putting together a blistering, record-breaking lap time of 1 minute 34.634 seconds. He didn't just survive the heat, he completely conquered it, grabbing that vital pole position in a super tight session. And when I say kite, I mean razor thin. Gonzalez secured first on the Calyx, but right behind him by a microscopic 0.036 seconds with Celestino Vietti for Team HDR Hydron on the Boscoscuro chassis. I mean, that is virtually nothing. Aaron Canet rounded out the front row for Fantic Racing just 2/10 back. This front row was basically giving us a perfect preview of the massive chassis rivalry we're going to see all season long, Calyx versus Boscoscuro. The stage was set for an epic showdown. Section 2. Tumultuous race start. All that prep, all the tire management, all those perfect qualifying laps, it all came down to Sunday. But man, this race absolutely refused to follow a script. The second the lights went out, the tension instantly boiled over. Just like qualifying predicted, it was an immediate, fierce dogfight for track position between Gonzalez and Vietti. They went head-to-head right off the line, diving deep into turn 1. Everyone was desperate for clean air, because getting out front was absolutely critical to keeping those Pirelli tires cool and keeping the pressure down. But then, things unraveled into absolute chaos. We had that crazy lap 1 battle, right? But by lap 5, the momentum was totally shattered by a red flag that stopped everything. So the riders head back, regroup, reset their focus, and line up for a restart on lap 6, only to get hit immediately with a second red flag. Crazy, right? 2 major stoppages back-to-back. At that point, you can just toss every single pre-race strategy and tire wear calculation straight out the window. Race direction had to make a massive call. This Grand Prix was now going to be decided by a radically condensed, high-stakes, 7-lap super sprint. Section 3, 7-lap super sprint. Talk about a plot twist. We suddenly went from this endurance-focused Grand Prix in 50-degree heat to a hyper-aggressive dogfight. In a sprint this short, there is literally zero room for error. And Manuel Gonzalez, he executed flawlessly. He didn't let the double red flag chaos break his concentration at all. Off that final restart, he managed the immense pressure, put his head down, and just pulled clear of the pack. He took total command, finding a rhythm that nobody else could even touch in those crucial final 7 laps. Just a masterclass in staying focused amidst total race day mayhems. Like the official reports said, Manuel Gonzalez got the opening race underway from pole and pulled clear for the first Moto2 win of the year. Seriously, it is hard to overstate just how impressive this start-to-finish dominance really is. From bagging pole in record time during a scorching qualifying to keeping his cool through not 1 but 2 red flags and then utterly dominating the sprint, Gonzalez took the very first checkered flag of 2025 in serious style. Section 4. Round 1 Race Results. So, with the dust and the heat waves finally settling over the circuit, we got our first podium of the year, and it is packed with storylines. Gonzalez obviously takes the top step and maximum points, but right behind him, Aaron Canet put in an incredibly strong performance for Fantic Racing to lock down second place and 20 points. And grabbing third,
Senna Agius. This is such a cool story. Agius actually had to bounce back from a penalty, but he still fought his way through the pack, fought off late attacks, and secured 16 points. That gave the Liqui Moly Dynavolt Intax GP team a massive double podium to kick off the year. What a start for them.
We definitely also have to highlight a really great ride from Ayumu Sasaki. After stepping up to Moto2 last year, Sasaki signed a brand new 2-year deal with RW Hydrofolia Racing GP. In his very first race with his new squad, under these absolutely brutal conditions and through all that red flag madness, he kept his composure and brought his Calyx machine home for a super solid top 10 finish. That is a fantastic foundation for him to build on as he keeps adapting to the intermediate class.
Section 5 Championship Points Ranking. Let's look at the standings.
So what does this wild weekend actually mean for the championship picture? Well, Manuel Gonzalez walks away from Buaram with a perfect 25 points, immediately painting a huge target on his back. Canet is trailing by just 5 points, and Agius sits 9 points back in third. Now, obviously, it is incredibly early days in this massive 22-round calendar, but Gonzalez has officially drawn first blood, and he did it with absolute authority. Which brings us to our final thought for today. The Calyx chassis completely swept the podium in Thailand, leaving the Bosco Squirrel riders, who were literally fractions of a second away in qualifying, searching for answers on race day. So, as the paddock packs up and swaps the brutal heat of Thailand for round 2 in Argentina, the big question is, how is the grid going to respond? Can Celestino Vietti and the Bosco Squirrel teams mount a counterattack at Termesti Rio Hondo? Or is Manuel Gonzalez already running away with the momentum? We're going to find out real soon. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and definitely keep your eyes on the track because this season is just getting started.